Hi. So this is something I've wanted to do for a while, like over a year now. But I figured, new month might as well. So, this is the start of my tarot YouTube channel. I'm just basically posting tarot videos here. I don't know how frequent I'm gonna do this, but I figured I would at least talk about the decks that I worked with for the month of May. So starting with, this was a sort of a holdover from April, but this is the Corrupt Tarot by Wormwood Gaming. These are the backs. If you've not seen this deck, this was a deck that they kickstarted last Halloween. I do believe, and if decks are still available, I will link down in the description. This is your reversed meanings. All of these are based off reverse meanings of the cards. I just love them. This is the standard version, which is gilded. They did have a deluxe version that had hollow foiling on the but yeah, and I worked with this deck with such a weird combo, but I loved how stark in contrast they were. The Oracle deck that I worked with this deck is the Language of Flowers. This is a rock pool deck, and you can see just the stark difference between these two. I love this deck. I picked this deck up for probably over a year now. I mean, it's just one of my favorites. I love the colors. I love the flowers. I love the sort of keywords. It's a really good deck that I quite enjoy. If you've not seen, Dawn Michelle did a full walkthrough of this video, which is the reason I bought this deck actually. But yeah, so that's what I worked with for the first sort of week-ish of May, and then so then moving in to the week after. This may have been like a week and a half. There may have been a week that I missed this month, but generally I move about a week at decks, assuming that I actually do tarot readings in a given week. Because sometimes I don't get around to it. But the next week I worked with the Golden Lyre Tarot. This one is mass market. It's a really simple collage deck. It's really funny. I'm not normally attracted to collage decks, but I saw this at my local bookstore, and I just picked it up on a whim. And I love this King of Wands so much. But yeah, this is a mass market deck. I don't remember who the publisher is, and the box is way over there because I pulled out all of the decks so I wasn't fumbling with them as I was talking about it. But yeah, I love how unusual this is. You can't really tell because the lighting in my dining room, but the background colors for the different suits and the meters are different shades, so you can easily tell what you're looking at in a spread. These are the backs. They look fully reversible. They're actually not. There's a slight gradient happening here, and this side is slightly darker. But it's not it's not terribly noticeable, but it's just something that I noticed. Which is fun because I don't read reversals. But yeah, and I paired this with a deck that is unfortunately out of print, I do believe. I do believe they sold out of this one, and this is the Golden Constellations by Limit 11. I've not connected with this deck as much as I would love to, but I love the artwork, but I wish the guidebook is really small and doesn't give a whole lot of detail about, it's very, very, I feel situational. But I love this art, and I wish that there was just a little bit more going on, in either this was keywords instead of just titles, or if there was more in the guidebook. But I really liked this pairing. I feel like it was a really good pairing. But again, I want to love this deck, and I love the artwork of this deck, but I have yet to connect with it. And I was hoping that maybe playing around with it more would. But I'm realizing that it's a very situational deck for me. It's not just an easy reader that's going to answer every question. It's very much a situational deck. And then the one that I've had, this combination I was not expecting to love as much as I did. So this is the Sasuraibito mini. I'm assuming this is on a linen finish. If you've been around TarotTube, you've definitely seen the Sasuraibito before. I also have an older edition of the larger version of this deck, but this is one of my favorite decks. I love it so much. I have almost all of Sasuraibito's decks. There's one that I don't, because they re-released the book that she did the art for with a tarot deck, and I'm gonna have to buy that book, just so I can have the tarot deck that goes with it, because it's her art as a more traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, and I love it so much. And I worked with this deck, which is possibly still in print. I don't know. I'd have to check, and I will, again, links will be in descriptions for things. But this is the Citadel. This was also by Limit 11. Sorry, there are reversals in here because it's hard to shuffle them without getting reversals. Because of the side of the deck. The shape of the deck is what I meant to say, not the size. It's the shape. I love this deck. I love the gold inlay. I loved doing this as a 3-card spread where I would ask a question and I would pull one of these and then pull 2 questions around it. I love the guidebook for this one. This is what I thought the Golden Constellation was going to be for me, and I just dropping cards here, guys. I just love this. I love the very like fantasy worlds of this. It's so well done. But yeah, so that's what I've been working. That's what the tarot decks I'm working with. I will quickly show off because I have already picked them out. The decks I'm working for this week. And by this week I mean starting yesterday. I was just gonna start with a new month. For no reason other than I could. Actually, I think I started working with this on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. But this is the Modern Witch, which again is by Limit 11. I don't have all of their decks. I have some. Because I have this, I have the White Newman, which is what the Golden Constellation was part of the deluxe edition for, and then I have the Sea and Sickle, which is what the Cathedral was. But yeah, I really like this deck. I also really like this deck specifically pulled around in the summer, but also I really like pulling this out during Pride Month. So with it being the start of Pride, I figured it's time to pull this boy out. It's just a really nice Rider-Waite clone that I really like. And I've been pairing it with another absolute favorite in my collection. I have edged this one myself. It's kind of hard to, it's sort of this sort of dusty like yellow color that I edged it in to sort of match the golds on the back. Originally it was going to be silver, but the silver shipping wasn't taking as well as I was hoping. But this is the Legendary Ladies. It's just a Goddess Oracle deck. I absolutely adore this deck. I have a couple Goddess Oracles, but this one's my favorite because it actually has keywords on it, and the other ones don't. So the other ones I'm constantly relying on the guidebook, which I don't mind normally, but like there's just something about this that I love the keywords. I like being able to just like not have to pull the guidebook. I do have the big book that comes with that has the artwork with the stories. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Probably because the deck came out after, but there are like 4 cards that aren't in the book. It's really frustrating, but I love this art style. I love sort of, it's really nice. I like, because the other two Goddess Oracles that I have is Ephanie's Modern Goddess, I think is what it's called, and then also the Legendary Witches. And I like this as sort of an in-between. I feel like the other I feel like Ephanie's deck is really good for like altar work, and I feel like the other deck is really good, like the Legendary Witches is really good for like personal growth. And I feel like this one's just for me, is really nurturing. Especially as someone who doesn't have like the greatest relationship with female figures in my life. I love this Hecate so much. But yeah, so that's it. I will be doing I will be doing an unboxing of That Feeling One Oracle when I get it. There was a mess up at the post office, so I haven't quite gotten it yet, but I'm so excited. That's actually literally the reason why I originally pulled out the Sasuraibito Mini, was because I was like, it's because that oracle is a smaller size, and I thought it'd be really cool to play that one and a Sasuraibito. But then I didn't come because the post out was messed up. So it's not lost. It just got returned to sender. It's fine. Lisa, the deck creator, is a acquaintance of mine and is delightful, and I love them very much. Which is why I ended up pulling out the Citadel. But yeah, that's the decks that I've been working on. But yeah, this is sort of a, again, I don't know how regularly I'm gonna do videos like this. I might do weekly, but like, I'm not holding myself to that. At the very least, you'll get these videos and maybe some walkthroughs. I don't know. But thanks for watching.